Hello, how's it going everyone? It's Eddie here from Opentracker, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can integrate Opentracker's customer journey data into Microsoft's Power BI. To start things off, the reason I'm making this video is because recently we've been getting loads of requests to help companies share their business-to-business data with team members. If you're struggling with sharing reports that provide insights into your traffic, then watch all the way towards the end of this video to get an overview of how this works in Microsoft's Power BI. Opentracker reduces noise by focusing on the customer journey that's relevant to your business. If you're selling to businesses, then the data you want to collect is different than if you're selling to consumers. Standard solutions don't focus on the customer journey. Opentracker gives you the tools to segment your data so that you can focus on the customer journey for your business to create happy customers and brand loyalty. Standard solutions don't offer this. If you can't make the distinction, then you're at risk of not being able to segment your audience into relevant customer types. With Opentracker's segmentation capabilities, you can focus on data and address specific needs of your customer types. The better your segmentation, the better your marketing and messaging. Okay, so let's hop over to Power BI. Microsoft's Power BI is going to give you the advantage that you'll be able to share tactical information throughout your organization with a tool that most are familiar with. Okay, so what you see here is Power BI and the homepage in Power BI. So what we did is we worked around 6 weeks with this client, 6 sessions in 6 weeks of 45 minutes, and we go through the business needs. We try to focus on the customer journey. So who is the customer and what touch points need to be measured to understand the customer and generate reports that help the business understand the customer journey. So in this case, we're looking at a law firm, and this law firm has business-to-business customers, so they're all businesses. They don't need to focus on consumers because they're not servicing consumers. So the homepage is focused on their needs. The first need is to identify the companies visiting the online assets. The second need is to see what the businesses that are visiting their online assets, what they're looking at. You can imagine if there's a sales team, the sales team would be interested in getting signals on the companies they're interacting with, and if they're actually, if you have a sales call in the morning, is the company or the team in that company visiting your online assets in the afternoon? And that's going to move you closer to closing the deal. And then we have a third report, which is called industry analysis. That's a top level report that focuses on the different industries that are visiting the online assets. And lastly, human resources. So those are the 4 reports. We're just going to go through each one of those and see how they look. So the first report you see is companies identified, and that's being visualized in 4 ways. The first method is just to show how often different companies came to the online assets. And the second report is visualizing that as a map. And the third over time, and the fourth is the campaigns. Opening up the edit query dialog shows you how that data is being imported into Microsoft's Power BI. You have an edit query feature where you're actually pasting in the API call that's grabbing that data That API call is Microsoft's Power BI's way of getting the data into its environment, and it's being fed JSON data packets, and these data packets is the raw data, and that raw data needs to be sanitized by applying certain steps. And you'll see that on the left hand side there's like a good amount of steps, 10-12 steps to sanitize the data so that you have a nice clean data. For instance, anything that's empty, you can replace that with no data found, or something that makes sense to the consumer of the report. Yes. So we're moving on to the second report, which is being fed by another API call, and this API call is showing all the companies that are visiting the online assets. And lastly, what I want to show is how you can export that data to the web. So Power BI has the feature that you can actually export these reports, these dashboards, to the web by clicking on the share button, and then you'll be asked to add it to your workspace, and also to authorize all the API calls being made, and making it so that the security settings and everything is all working. And that's what's being demonstrated right here. And once that's done, you have basically the same report that you just engineered within Power BI. You have that on the web. So you can now share it with any other colleagues who also have Power BI Pro license. So that's the thing, you need a Power BI Pro license, and any other colleagues that have that will be able to also consume the same dashboards, also have the ability to click and investigate the data, drill down into the data. That's all part of the Power BI Pro license. Okay, so that's a lot of bases we've covered. If you have any questions, just send us an email and we'll be happy to answer them. Remember, Opentracker focuses on the customer journey data. That's what we're importing into the Power BI environment, and that's going to help you make better decisions on how to message and how to help your customers. Okay, thanks for watching up to this point, and then I wish you a beautiful day. Bye-bye.